is the Orange and Blue Report on a Friday, heading into the first ACC road game of the season for the Virginia football team. I'm Dave Kane, and I'm joined by the ball hawk, Ahmad Hawkins, and we're breaking this one down like never before. We're going deep on this one because it's a big game for the Cavaliers coming up tomorrow. And this one at Carter Finley Stadium, a place the Cavaliers have not played since 2012. Hard to believe. Virginia's only played there twice in 15 years, but this is an ACC opponent. Yeah. Hard to believe, isn't it? When you look at these teams in the same conference, you wouldn't know it.
Definitely, and when I was in school here in the late 90s, we played them every year, so it's kind of ironic that this is the first time since I've been back in Charlottesville that they played NC State.
Well, one thing has stayed the same since about the time you were playing, and that is quarterback play for the Wolfpack. This is a program that's had tons of good quarterbacks. In fact, a year ago, 4 different starting quarterbacks in the NFL. That lineage continues with Ryan Finley under center. This is a big, talented quarterback for the Wolfpack that Virginia will have to be very cognizant of. But it's the first time Virginia will have seen a pocket quarterback through 5 weeks this year.
Yeah, and that definitely has to be something. That has to be a different feeling for UVA, especially for that defensive line, the linebacking crew, and for the DBs, because their internal clock is going to be different. They have to reset it. We have young linebackers playing, so it's kind of easier for them as far as pursuit angles. But this guy is a superb passer, so they have a tall task in front of them.
Well, let's dive in. This is an NC State team. As you look at this program, we talk so much about the passing game, and rightfully so, but their ground game has struggled at times this year, averaging just under 3.4 yards per carry, 114th in the country in that category, but they still use that ground game to open things up for the passing game, don't they?
They definitely do. They use that to try to set up the linebackers to get them to not be too comfortable, show them that they will run the football, try to set up short distances on second down, what we call playing in front of the sticks and making it second and manageable, third and manageable. And they're one of the best teams actually on first down in the country.
It's that stretch play, Reggie Gillespie replacing a 1,000-yard runner, trying to make his name. So when you look at Virginia and how they'll be having to attack this with young players, 2 youthful linebackers, now that, of course, we found out Jordan Mack is out for 6 weeks, and of course, Malcolm Cook has been questionable, dealing with injuries of his own right. That opens the door for Rob Snyder as well.
Yeah, you know, the main thing about having 2 young inside backers, you lose Jordan Mack, your quarterback, or your linebacking crew. So now it's all about getting lined up, how you adjust with shifts, motions. That's going to be very tough for young guys because you get so excited that you could overflow and play action like right here. He gets you to flow one way, he throws back, somebody's wide open in the second tier, which is the tight ends, and tight ends have been our kryptonite on that second level for the past couple of years since Bronco's been here. So it's going to be imperative for those young guys to be veterans, and Juan Thornhill could come into play, coming down, playing that overhang in the box.
Yeah, you've got some big targets again, much like Indiana. Ryan Finley, he can put it on with that pinpoint precision passing as well. He went against Bronco Mendenhall back in his BYU days. Bronco coached against him when he was at Boise State as a redshirt freshman. Threw for almost 300 yards in that game, but 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and guess who won that game? Bronco Mendenhall. So we'll watch for that and see how this thing plays out as he gets his second shot at Ryan Finley, but this 5 years after the fact.
Yeah, he's matured now. He's coming to his own. He's very confident, has the same offensive coordinator from Boise State that brought him along to North Carolina State. So they know one another. They know how to think, so the tempo could be faster. This guy is a redshirt senior, prototypical NFL quarterback, moves well in the pocket, and has one of the best arms you'll see in the country, probably the best arm in the ACC.
They're the 2 quarterbacks really that have turned heads perhaps more than anybody. Maybe make the case Dungy up at Syracuse as well, but these guys in Bryce Perkins and Finley, both transfers, both from Arizona, both changing their programs around. And now for Bryce Perkins, well, here he comes into this game. He's been turning heads in such a big way against a youthful NC State defense that loses its front 6 from a year ago, 4 of them to the NFL.
Yeah, and Bryce Perkins literally been jumping over people's heads this year, so he set the world on fire. The one thing about Bryce Perkins that NC State is going to find out on Saturday, that he's actually a better passer than what they think. He can put touch on the ball. He has a lot of zip. He played through that dislocated pinky. He showed toughness. He's been practicing all week. The main thing with Perkins is taking what the defense gives them, and receivers making plays on the football.
Well, just a couple of things that we will be watching for in this game tomorrow as Virginia takes on NC State down on Tobacco Road. That's a 12:20 kick. And oh, by the way, if you're listening on the radio, we hit the airwaves at 11 o'clock. It is the debut of the ball hawk, as Ahmad Hawkins will be joining us on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Jay James, he's tying the knot. Congratulations to Jay James, but this guy's filling your spot. We'll see you on the radio again starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow from Carter Finley Stadium, a 12:20 kick from down in Raleigh, North Carolina.